This is Family Support Workshop at South Seattle Community College.
And you will not find a friendlier, more student-focused campus than South Seattle Community College. And in fact, we have data to prove that.
You'll recognize two of the faces on this family support panel. Janice and Colleen Young, who we just met, are passing along their experience to new families just entering the world of higher education.
Having services like this, we're giving you the resources in your hand. So I think this is definitely a step up from when I came.
This is just one of many resources for families available on campus. When a student begins an education, there are benefits for all of the family.
There is a blue handout. It's called the Family Resource Handbook.
All college students, regardless of age, experience, or previous education, rely on a supportive network, whether that's parents, children, spouses, partners, aunts, uncles, cousins, grandparents, or friends. That network of support goes even beyond the family. It includes college resources like advisors, tutoring, math study, student groups, and much more. Next, meet Todd Couture and Laura Molina. Mother and son have a unique story with lessons for all of us.
Well, I am physically challenged. I've got cerebral palsy. So because of that, I've always thought that I had to be educated to make something of myself in the world. So I don't even think it was really a question once I started school. So we just always assumed I was going to go to college.
And Todd did just that, beginning at South Seattle Community College.
Well, one thing was location. I will be honest about that. It's just a few minutes from our house. Also, I had heard good things about the college from people who had done Running Start and things of that nature. So I thought it was a pretty easy decision once I decided to go to community college to come here to South.
Todd's experience was so positive, his two sisters followed in his footsteps.
Yeah, but the cost. A community college was a lot less, and that's why we kind of chose South Seattle. And it was, like he said, it was the closest location to our home. Yeah, but they really had no say. They were so young.
Okay. Well,
but they did. But Todd was an influence on them, and they also came to South. The two girls did follow.
And by going to college, Todd made family history, eventually graduating from the University of Washington.
Well, Todd is the first to graduate. Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. So I'm very proud of him, and it was quite an accomplishment and a bumpy road sometimes, and many times.
The entire family actually played a role.
During the time I went to South and the university, what had happened was that I just kind of stayed at my grandparents, and Mom came over every night with my two sisters. So what happened there was she would help me with my homework, stay very late over at my grandparents'. I would stay with my grandparents during my college years. And then my sisters and my mom would go back home, and she would help with their homework in high school and middle school afterwards. And my grandparents did the cooking and did all those experiences that you talked about. And they were very supportive as well. So it was really a big family affair kind of thing. So
Takes a village, right?
All of the hard work and family support are the beginning of a bright new career.
I work for U.S. Customs.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I work down there on the waterfront. So yeah, it's been there 7 years. So I really enjoy it.
And looking back on his education, Todd also credits his mom for recognizing how much times have changed.
Back when my mom went to school, high school, you could go to work and from high school directly, and that was okay. But Now, I don't think so. I mean, you can do it, but it's harder. It's much harder.
Mom has advice for other parents with students hoping to better their lives through education.
Just be there for your student. Just help them, hold their hand, not physically, but be there at all times. And whatever you can do to help them, please reach out and help them. Because we're in today's society, you need to have an education. It's a must.
Now there's a certain sense of family celebration because of Todd's educational and professional success.
Oh, it's just a relief. It's a relief. I'm glad it's over. And to stand back and see all the successes that you've gone through. I'm proud that, to be your mother, and that it all came about on the right road. Yeah. And that you succeeded, and see you independent and traveling all over on your own, which I worry, but yet, it's a long road, but you made it.
You're a mom. Thank you.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi, good.
Hey, so this is the Cultural Center?
Mike Charron is an education success story, but there have been challenges along the way.
Did you go to college?
I did. I did attempt to go to college. I went to North Seattle, and I was taking an accounting class, nutrition class, and an English class. And it was just the wrong time. It was just the wrong time in my life that I decided to go back to college. I tried, but it just didn't work out. So I had to drop all my classes.
So come on next door, let me show you math.
Mike spent the next 10 years in the workforce and was then laid off. Now Mike has a new direction in life.
My career goals? I would have to say I would love to go out back into the work field and start working in some very nice restaurants, hotels, and ultimately have my own restaurant.
During this time of transition and education, Mike takes advantage of all the resources on campus.
Good to see you again. Yeah.
But the real push behind his success is closer to home.
My mom was a big influence again, because, she raised 3 kids, all pretty much by herself, and got, 2 degrees. So that was a big motivation.
Yet again, family support is key. So from Mike to Mom, that's a big thank you. Now we spend some time with the Strauss family. Mom, Martha, Dad, Jimmy, and sons Johan and Eric. Congratulations are certainly in order for Johan, who got his start preparing for college while in high school through a college preparation program at South Seattle Community College.
I just graduated from Stanford University with a master's in Latin American Studies, and I'm currently studying for the law school admission test, which I will be taking in September for admission into law school in the coming year, so hopefully for the class of 2013.
Was education a part of, or one of the reasons why you chose to immigrate to the Seattle area from Colombia?
Yeah, part of the situation for me, for my family, is to give a more good education, because the economy in Colombia is not so good at the time, and you need to go another place to get a more opportunity for me and my family. I try to enjoy to bring here to Seattle. And when I get time to go into good opportunity, try to give it to my family at the same time.
So you must have been proud of Johan when he was doing well in school, in high school, and when he decided to go to Stanford.
How many kids had the opportunity to go and they don't want to go?
Right.
And you want to go, maybe we don't have the money, but apply.
Johan will be the first to tell you that the financial aid process can be a challenge for the entire family.
And I think that there's a lot of barriers that really prevent you, really make it more difficult as a family to accept the idea of going to college. And that's one of the things that we really faced when we first started thinking about where it is that I want to go and what opportunities I had.
What surprised me was when we put the application, my first university going to apply, and the second one is University of Washington. And the surprise was when I received the notification on the December 24th. We received the notification is going to accept in Stanford. 1 week later, I received the notification and received a scholarship, almost 90% to pay for the school. And this is a very good satisfaction. You see that kind of opportunity you can have from different universities. The only way you can find it out is when you apply.
Leaving such a close family for school was tough for Johan.
But sometimes being able to experience new things is actually the best way to really grow as an individual. And that's one of the risks that I took, thinking, well, I'm going all the way to California, never been away from my family this long. But the experience in itself is just so rewarding, and being able to see yourself change and just think of how great it feels to come back home and being able to be with your family is something that's truly worthwhile.
Johan has also been able to influence his parents. Mr. Strauss completed a vocational training program at South after being laid off a few years ago. Mrs. Strauss took some ESL courses and has plans to come back to complete a college degree. And Johan's proud parents are grateful for the legacy that is being passed from older brother to younger brother.
While Johan was doing Upper Bound, I knew that what he was doing, and I saw how much fun he was having, and I knew he was enjoying it, and I knew how Upper Bound was helping him succeed what he wanted. And because of that, I guess when the time came around and I had the opportunity, I took it and I applied, and from there I just got accepted and joined them.
I never had any expectation. I think that the only thing I always is I want him to go to college or go to school and continue an education. Because I coming from a family where my father was a teacher for many years. We all in the family, everybody went to college except me. And I always say to Johan, I really want he had the experience to go to college. No matter what he wants to study, I want he's going to college. It's the same with Eric. I always say, whatever he decides to study, we are support you and we are with you.
And finally, another family success story, this time for a medical professional. Jing is a woman who saves lives.
I'm the OR nurse, which is the peri-operative nurse. You like a coordinator in the room, which is the surgeon is the boss, the big boss in the room. So
that's right, Jing is at the right hand of many surgeons at Children's Hospital in Seattle. She is a very important part of life-saving procedures in the operating room. Her present-day success began when she came to America more than a decade ago.
I graduated multiple degrees, but the latest is RN degree from South Seattle Community College in June 2008.
And how long have you been in America?
I came here in 1995, so it's 14 years now.
And as we've seen so often in this presentation, family support has been crucial for Jing.
When I entered into the nursing program, my husband got the job, so I can reduce my work schedule and stay focused in the school. And I also got a scholarship, so I can work only 1 or 2 days a week, or in the timing of the test or final, I don't have to work at all, which is great. And my family also support in emotional, understanding that you have to study and provide some space for study. I think I got the best job that I ever done in my life, and I'm proud of myself, and and especially I get higher income than before, so I can support my family. When I look back, I feel like, wow, I've been like come a long way, in a long way from the woman who just pack your bag and come to the USA, crying on the airplane. Like, right now I work in the great hospital, and it's meaningful in my life, and I feel great every day I come to work.
Yes, Jing, you have come a long way, not just in miles, but in hard work and the realization of your dreams. This is what it looks like when dreams come true.
Stanislav Borisovich Asatarov.
This is the payoff for years of hard work. And this is just the beginning of great rewards to come. Graduation Day at South Seattle Community College is a time of recognition and celebration. On this day, families come together in joy. Students say thank you, and in some cases, goodbye, to their fellow students, instructors, and advisors. Graduation is the place where we see and hear pride echoing beyond this campus into professional success stories, which are just around the corner.
There's no words in the dictionary that I could describe this moment. I think what we can say is yes, we can, and yes, we did.
1T Hong Chan, Associate in Business.